I live like so
So
the ones who will listen later will hear what we said. Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
the pre-conversation to day 4 of advanced money happens to be about having fun or dying.
If you don't die, what do you? Why not having fun?
Yeah. Or even if you're going
Wow.
to, even if you know you're going to die, like, why would you wait to have fun?
Yeah, that's for sure. I always say that why do you need to have trauma or drama or whatever in order to change or have fun?
Yeah.
What if life is too short anyway to mess up with all the shit?
Mm-hmm.
I heard today someone, it is interesting actually, doing a class with me is really interesting for the ones who choose it or with people from Israel, because it's such an inspiration to be here in such a period of time. And I talked today with a friend of mine, with a colleague who went to Cyprus.
Mhm.
It's funny, there is a hotel in Cyprus, which everyone is Israeli,
Really?
and it has kosher food, and so I don't get it why to go to another country if all Israel is there. You
Yeah.
have it in Israel, but okay, sometimes it's easy for people. So she said there was one of the soldiers, one of the fighters, a woman in Cyprus in the hotel with her. And she said, wow, she's such an inspiration. So many things happened to her, and her boyfriend died during the war. And she's just a happy, tough, amazing woman. Wow,
Wow.
she's 20, 21.
Yeah.
So what I told her is that the one who chose to live, the one who chose to live, they love life somehow.
Huh.
Because otherwise you say, okay, so I'll die. Everything that brings up.
Yeah, right and wrong, good and bad, PUD and POC, all 100, shorts, boys, POVADs, creation, spaces, and beyonds. And
Yeah.
that came up actually during COVID and a couple other times recently where there was like a big sickness or a big issue. And you just got this sense like there were people who'd been waiting to die. You're like,
Yes.
oh, finally, I can do it now.
Yes, now is the time. You see, behind you, it looks like a gate. So there is a gate now. It looks actually there is the gate. Speaking about your house and selling, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's like the gate. You are in. You are you truth? Are you a gate? How do you call it? Gate holder,
Gatekeeper or gate
gatekeeper,
master.
gate master. Yes. Wow. So it's like behind you. It's I don't know, heaven or hell. Choose, and you choose if you go there or not.
The same
Wow, I like it.
situation can be either, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this. What if it's the same? I mean,
Yeah.
what happens after happens after.
Yeah.
It just came up to me. I realized that people used to tell me I went to dance today. So people used to tell me I live in a movie. When you tell people in Israel, you call it you live in a movie. It's like you don't really live here. You live in another sphere or with your own stories and when your own script. And I thought about it and I said, wow, that's true. Someone who lives in a story is like he lives in the future or in the past or creating a future with the story, but I don't know how much he lives here.
Mhm.
So even for creation, sometimes, lots of times I'm creating for the future, and it's always a question to see. Always when we create, they tell to ask a question: Is
Yeah.
this classes for now, or is it for the future, or is it?
Yeah. I always find that interesting is as soon as it comes into my world, that's now, right? But that could actually be during a different physical time.
Yeah, it sometimes, it's like you live in a movie. So when you live in a movie, you sometimes create something from the future, or like when we see movies or pulp fiction, or I don't know how you call it, and it's something like from the future that was not created yet, and then only years later it actually happens. So
Huh.
that's a nice question to ask. Is it for movies or is it for now? Like also even in relationships, sometimes I had some ex which we were the timing between us was not, it was not the time. So like we spoke different languages, and only a few years later I could realize what they said
Oh,
because we were not
interesting.
sync.
Yeah.
So even in business, with business partners, lots of things. So it's the place to ask questions. Is now the
Yeah.
time for it, or do I get something from the future? Wow. Okay, class is over.
Class is over. I am toast.
Wow.
But it
Let's see
is,
who joins now.
it's an interesting thing to look at. How many times do we judge ourselves based on what we think we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it's like I usually don't ask if now is the time because I'm like, I want it now. So I don't ask if this is the time for it. I'm just choosing it and say, I don't mind. I'm going there. Who wants to join? Come.
Yeah.
Like a leader that can go without anyone else. So I'm
Yeah.
doing it. But sometimes it's not so kind to the body, to the
Hmm.
whatever.
Well, I wonder too, we had that conversation the other day, that ties in with this, right? About like there's like a choosing for now.
Yes.
And like saying I will have the really nice hotel rooms when I travel, and I will do that. And it was so funny. It brought up for me remembering, because I grew up about an hour and a half north of New York City. So it's where people from New York, the wealthy people from New York, have their summer homes where I lived.
Wow, how much wealth did you get by being
So much.
wow.
So much. And not only that, like I had people who were willing to teach me how to be in different environments, um and learn so many things. But there was also this undertone of the way people behave in the city, or behave in the cities, that wasn't really the norm up where I was. Like, so and so is a Jewish American
Mm,
princess. So and so has new money. So and
mm,
so is old money. Oh, they
wow.
made their money in a way that's not acceptable. Oh, their money is okay because it came from importing French wines. Oh, these people, I mean, the amount of judgment around how people got their money, like
Mm,
what was acceptable, and whether or not it was acceptable to be, I mean, they'd call it Jappy, Jewish American princess. Oh,
oh,
she's so
wow.
Jappy,
So
which
how much contribution this
yeah,
relationship we have here to change all the realities you have
totally,
by then? Wow.
totally. Because I would look at that person, I'd be like, she's just a person. She just demands, like, she's just asking for what she wants. But like how much, as we've gone over this whole class and all this stuff, like how much of all of that is like, do people sit there and go like, I'm not allowed to ask for what I want. I am here to be a slave. Like that's what was coming up for me on our days off, is I was like, holy crap, I have been hardwired to provide pleasure for the world, to be a lovely hostess, to in
Wow.
other ways, and to break that hardwiring, and to be allowed to be the one who actually said, no, I'm sorry, I'll have the penthouse suite. Like that's where I'll be staying tonight.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's different, but then like knowing how to even make that demand has been Like, what do you do?
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, I saw
So
someone hopped on, right?
yes, Carla. So what about closing this recording and then start again? And
Yeah.
this will be something to play with. I don't know yet on what. Maybe
Yeah.
it will be on my podcast or your or whatever. Let's see.
Okay.
That's the energy of the advanced how to become money. Don't come.